Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, 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 Shabbat shalom. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, Shabbat shalom.
Bothering me big time. I'll tell her.
Okay, well, we good. Yeah? Yeah, there we go. Shabbat shalom, everybody. I got my candidate says his brain's still getting online. I like to get here usually when I'm doing services about 6 o'clock. I got here at 6:13, so I need to talk now. But if I was talking in about 13 minutes, it'd be really great. We're partying here at Beit Tshuva like it's 2020. It's great to see everybody. Throwback Shabbos. I'm here. We did Bim Bam. Everybody's in masks. It's a good time. I've had a day. Can you tell? It's been a bit of a day. It's all good. Like, it's good. We're fine, but it's just a little discombobulating, you know? But that's why we get to come and have Shabbat together. So it's a good, it's well timed. Shabbos came right on time this week. It's good. I like to do crossword puzzles. Anybody else do crossword puzzles? Crossword puzzle fans in the house? So I will share something. All the people just raised their hand are now going to look down their noses at me. I don't, bless you. I don't, bless all of you. I generally do the LA Times crossword puzzle, not the New York Times. Don't judge me too hard. Don't judge me too hard. I do the LA Times. But see, here's the thing. Probably about a year ago, when I started doing the crossword puzzles, it was very fulfilling because it's a really good feeling to get to finish the crossword puzzle. That's a good feeling, right? You get that last square, all the clues make sense. It's like, yeah, I figured it out. Right? There aren't that many things in life that you get there and you think, yes, I really figured this out. But here's the problem, if I may say so myself. I'm getting too good at these crossword puzzles. Because now I know aha, oho, mel, at, RNA, ETA, right? All of these things, it's getting a little expected. Little boring. So now I have a choice. I can choose to either get a little bored with the crossword puzzles or I can push myself to the next level, maybe start taking on the New York Times. We'll see what happens. But that's hard. That gets me out of my routine. But the thing is, ultimately, if I just do the thing over and over again, it will get boring and stale and unfulfilling, and that's not what we want. Why am I talking about crossword puzzles? We can't write on Shabbat, Rabbi Matt. I know that. You know that. I was reading this book, flipping through this book, called Flow. Anybody read Flow? People know this book? Ooh, this is good stuff. We should check out Flow. I looked up how to pronounce the author's name. It's Hungarian, so I'm going to butcher it, but he deserves credit because it's an interesting book. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. It's spelled not at all like you would expect, but that's how you pronounce it. And he talks about the question of achieving optimal experience in life. Optimal experience in life. Now, some people, maybe even one or two folks in this room, might think that achieving optimal experience in life is achieved through some sort of chemical enhancement. I'm going to ingest this substance. I'm going to have an optimal experience. I'm going to go to a party. I'm going to go do something that seems really fun. I'm going to have an optimal experience. But this psychologist who did a lot of research, Csikszentmihalyi, he says that's not the case. He says the way that we get there is by trying to create order in consciousness. To create order in our consciousness. And the way that we do that is by hitting something that's right at the nexus point of something that we almost know how to do. When I started doing the crossword puzzle, that was hard. That was, right? I'm getting that sense of fulfillment, but now I've learned how to do that. I need to push myself that much more. And by learning and growing and learning and growing, I'm continuing to expand the way in which I can be in the world to get some kind of fulfillment and meaning. And that's actually what it is. It's not just about how can I have as much fun as possible, right? Sometimes around here we've talked about how Rabbi Heschel talked about it's not about getting to the right answer, but it's about asking the right question. It's not about how can I have as much fun or what will feel the best in this immediate moment. No, it's about how can I achieve fulfillment? How can I get to a place of meaning? And that's by pushing myself to create some order in consciousness, in the way that I'm experiencing the world. And now this author, not surprisingly, if you've thought about such things, he says that actually religion can be a place where you experience this sense of flow. That in services and rituals, you can experience some kind of flow that's pushing you out of your standard experience into a way of trying to create order in your consciousness. But here's the thing. Not sure if folks have noticed, Judaism, not always the most user-friendly religion. We have an ancient Near Eastern language from centuries and centuries ago. It's a completely different alphabet. You write it in the reverse direction. We have the Jewish calisthenics of stand up, sit down, stand up. Once in a while, just to throw a curveball in there, we say you can't eat or drink for a whole day. You know, keep it interesting. But here's the thing. According to this author, then, that's not a bug, it's a feature. By making it something that's a little difficult, maybe even a lot difficult, it's getting you to a place where you need to think about your experience of that ritual, of that experience, differently than you otherwise would. If it was just plug and play, you wouldn't have to push yourself in the same kind of way. If something is always just easy, it's not going to be as fulfilling or meaningful as it is if you need to push yourself. And it's about that nexus point. If it's too hard, you're going to give up. But if it's too easy, then what's the point? And it's particularly difficult since everybody in this room had a slightly different experience growing up, coming to Judaism, figuring out what Shabbat is. There are people in this room who are keeping Shabbat from the first Friday night they were on this planet. There are people here in this room who this is their first Shabbos ever. And both of those are beautiful things. So here's the dual challenge then. My push to each of you is to figure out what do you need to do over this next 90 minutes to push yourself a little more into the place beyond just what you usually do. Whether that's singing along to something you've never sung along to before, whether that's reflecting a little bit differently than you usually reflect during services, whether that's being a little more open to what the experience of Shabbos at Beit Shuvah can be for you. Whatever that is, everybody in this room, there's something you can do over these next 90 minutes to push yourself a little bit more. And if we all do that, then we get to something that's even more rare, which is the experience to share in an experience of flow together. And so my hope and my wish for us over this next service, over this next Shabbos, is that we push ourselves to create that much more order, because it's hard, folks. We don't have that much control in this world. But we do have the ability to say, I'm going to claim some agency. I'm going to claim the opportunity to create something special and holy within myself, in my own consciousness. And if you do that, and I do that, and you do that, and you do that, then we're going to be able to share in something really holy and special together. And that's ultimately what Shabbat is really about. And it's wonderful to be here to share this with you. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We're going to invite up our birthdays to bring us into this experience of flow, to bring us into this experience of Shabbos together. I'm going to ask Emily and Chris and Michael and Shira to come on up. And the crowd goes wild.
That's right.
No, right down there, candles. No, you're going to come up here in a little bit, yeah. No, first you have to do battle with the air conditioner, as you like candles. That's what it is. That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner להדליק נר של שבת.
What are we going to do now, Canna? Yeah, we're going to, right?
All right. Now we're going to welcome some angels into our midst with Shalom Aleichem. Lai, 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 la 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 lai, la lai, la 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 lai, la lai, la 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 lai, la lai, 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 lai. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi, Asharet, Malachi, Elyon. Mi Melech, Machi, Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bohem, Shalom, Malachi, Ashalom, Malachi, Elyon. Mi Melech, Machi, Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Lai, 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 ai, la, lai, la, 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 lai, la, lai, la, 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 lai, la, lai, 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 la, 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 lai, la, lai, la, 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 lai, la, lai, la, 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 lai, la, lai, 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 lai. Warhuni leshalom Malachi, Hashalom Malachi, Elyon. Melech, mi Melech, Machi, Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bohem, Shalom, Lechamim, Shalom, Melachi, Elyon. Mi Melech, Machi, Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Lai, 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 ai, la 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 la
Somebody messed with this. It's sticky.
The microphone, which is good. Oh, you're still singing. You're still doing it.
Still doing some singing. We're going to sing a love song to God
Rushed up. I don't need to
with Yedid Nefesh. I need a little bit of love. I'm not here, so
We love you.
I forgot the fourth verse of Shalom Aleichem real quick because
That's okay.
I'm just
That's good.
somewhere.
It's the least important verse. Fourth most important verse. It's fine. You're good. You're
All right, here
great.
we go.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yedid nefesh avrachaman, Yedid nefesh avrachaman, mishochavecha, eretz onecha, mishochavecha, lai 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 lai, eretz onecha, yarotz avdecha, kemo ayal, yishtachave ay lai 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 lai, el mul hadarecha. Yarotz avdecha kemo ayal, ishtachave ay lai 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 lai, el mul hadarecha. Yedid nefesh avrachaman, Yedid nefesh avrachaman, mishochavecha, el retzonecha, mishochavecha, lai 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 lai, el retzonecha.
That's all right. Helping us feel the love, Cantor. Thank you.
Micah brought me to
Yeah? Good place. Excellent. We're all feeling the love. Speaking of love, we need your love too. Every week, we offer everyone the wonderful opportunity. I've been taught this, by the way. When you ask people for money, you're not asking them for money. You're giving them an opportunity to contribute to something that they care about. Isn't that nice? That's beautiful. And we want to extend that opportunity to all of you. So we're giving you the opportunity to contribute, which is important, right? Our tradition teaches us we all have the obligation to give what we can to the people who help take care of us, the people who take care of the people who we love. So if you are willing and able, whatever you can give, we're so grateful for whatever you can give. So thank you for your tzedakah, for your righteousness, in supporting this holy community. And that's also a way in which we think about teshuva, which is usually translated as repentance, but also means response and also means return. The way in which we respond to the world is a really important framing for how we walk through our lives. We can approach the world from a place of abundance that helps us to stay open, that we trust and we have faith, that we give all that we can, knowing that we will receive everything that we need in return. And when we think about tshuva, oftentimes we think about it as a tisk. Oops, I made a mistake. 5 hardest words to say. And then we have to make tshuva. We have to repair the mistakes that we have made. And when we proactively cultivate gratitude and cultivate hope and goodness, it makes it less likely that we will make mistakes in the future. Rabbi Matt, I sure can, he said rhetorically to himself. Jesse, I caught myself. I was starting to eat the microphone again, but now I'm doing better, right? Yeah, I'm doing better. Thank you. Okay. Sound doesn't like it when I do this. It's better when I do this. Okay. Kids finished up school this week. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, the part of the reason I'm even more frazzled than usual, summer break when you're a kid is the best. Summer break when you're a parent, there's no routine. It's like you got to scramble for these kids. Anyway, school finished up this week. It was a good year. It was a good year for the kids. My kids finished 7th grade, 3rd grade kindergarten. We're going into 8th grade. We're finishing up big stuff. The kids had their ups and downs this year, but overall it was a good year. They did well academically. Grades? They're like 9. I don't care. But some parents really care. Some parents really care. Why do you care? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. They passed kindergarten. They each, Mazel, thank you, Wendy. Thank you, yes. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you. Thank you. I texted Sarah yesterday. I did say, I'm proud of each of our kids for doing the learning that they needed to do this year, right? Some of that, right? Rafi's figuring out how to read. Eliav's doing math. But I'm proud of our kids for doing the learning that they needed to do this year. And then I did something that I almost never do, which is I gave us credit as parents. And I said, and I'm proud of us for doing the work that we could do, not always, to support them in the work that they needed to do. And that felt really important. I'm sure this will shock 0 people here. I can be a little self-critical sometimes, a little overly chastising of myself. And to take a moment and to pause and to say, hey, I'm pretty proud of this. This is important, and I feel good about this. The reason I'm talking about this in relationship to tshuva is by taking that pause to reflect on what I did well, it self-reinforces that I did that well and makes it that much more likely that I'll do it in the future. It's not a given. It's not a given that I'll say, hey, I'm doing pretty well at this. I'm going to keep doing this well. We always would have this happen, right, when we do tshuva groups here, right, that on one side of the sheet you'd write where you missed the mark that week. On one side of the sheet you write what you did well this week. And what side of the sheet does everyone fill out first? Yeah, the things you messed up, right? It's like we're hardwired to always notice the things that we fall short on. So we actually need to proactively cultivate recognizing the things that we do well, and that's really important too. So all of that was a preamble for me to stop talking and to give other people the opportunity to talk. If you have a tshuva to make or gratitude to give, we know that this is important to our own spiritual grounding in this world, so we want to give folks that opportunity, a tshuva to make or gratitude to offer. Canner, who's coming up? There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Hello, I'm Jessica. I'm a grateful member of this community. So I'm gonna keep this short, but happy birthday to Emily. And happy birthday to Shira Presser over there. When Shira came in, when was the first time? 8 years ago? 7 years ago? 2016, 8 years ago. She was not a pleasant person to be around. We'll go that way. She sat up on the patio smoking, feet kicked up, too cool for school. And I was like, who is this girl? And little did I know that 8 years later, she would be my best friend. And it's just so funny how that happens at Beit Shuva, right? Like we judge people, we have these preconceived notions, and the next thing we know, this place tells us to be transparent, open up, and make new friends, and then you find some of your best friends. So Shira obviously didn't make it the first time round and came back second time round, and now she's celebrating 7 years. And yeah. And I just want to say to you, Shira, that I see you struggle. I see you go through it. But something you always do is take the next right step and make it through. And knowing you as well as I do, like there's a lot of times you could have given up, right? And you didn't. And I think that is just what I love about you, is you don't give up, and also you laugh. Guys, it's so important to laugh and to have fun. And I know it's hard sometimes, like we're caught up in the day-to-day, and here's a lot of really important work that goes on here, and it's very serious, but it's also super important to laugh, and Sharon and I laugh a lot. And that is another thing I'm so happy we get to do that, and all of our silly things. So I'm gonna be quiet now, but I'm very grateful for her, and bye.
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm a grateful member of this community.
Hey, Michael.
And it's been a while since I've been here on a Friday night, and especially without my entire family in tow as well. However, tonight is a really special night, and that is that happy birthday to Shira, and to Emily, and to Mike Kay, and I'm sorry, I didn't catch the other Jim, and Chris. And I know those first three because of kind of the passion project in my life, which is Freedom Song. And especially Shira, who, wow, I guess it's been about 9 years now that we know each other or so. All I can say is, about Shira is that she is proof that life would not be the same without you here, you here, you here, or especially you here. And that we can all take a lesson from that in fact my life and all of our lives are so much richer because you're in it and because you're part of it, and you don't even try, you just are, right? And I think that's an example for all of us to stay around and just to kind of be that person who we got to know that the world is not the same without each one of us, and you prove that every day. So thank you. And also, I want to thank Beit Shuva for giving me the opportunity to be able to meet those three people, and many, many like them year after year, in a program that should have probably been cast aside a long time ago, and somehow Beit Shuva has decided to keep it going, and right. And that those three people are just as much a part of my family as my family is as well. And that's what Beit Shuva has created. There's a second family and a third family for me. Thank you all very much. Shabbat Shalom.
Looks like you guys are Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Shabbat Shalom. I'm Mel. I'm a grateful member of this community. So I get to come up here and give gratitude to, of course, Chris. Thank you for coming and sharing your cake with us. I think that's really special that you're willing to travel far distance to come here and share this cake with us. And I think that really says something about you and Beit Shuva and that you're willing to share that with us. So thank you so much for just showing that, like, doesn't matter if you don't live in California, you come back and you do it for everyone and for yourself. So thank you for that. Emily, I love you very much. Getting to have you as my friend in my recovery, the stuff you've done to help me like physically get well and emotionally get well and just be a true friend to me. I love anyone who knows Emily, you love Emily, and there's a reason why. You just have such a pure soul, and I love you so much. And Shira, happy birthday. I've gotten to know Shira as a member of Freedom Song, and Freedom Song wouldn't be the same without you. You show up for us new people who are coming in every single week. I don't know how you do it. Now that like I've been there a little while and there's new people coming in, I'm like, how do you put up with us? But you do. And I think that shows your recovery and your commitment, your willingness to commit to something and really see it through, and the insane efforts you made on the tour to make it go well and to be there for me in a specific moment where you were the only person who could have been there for me to understand what I was going through. It shows your character, and Beit Shuva gives us an opportunity to get to know people in different ways. It's not just when we're in early recovery going through the groups together. And I'm just so grateful I've gotten to know you through this process. So thank you. Happy birthday.
Hi, hi. Hi, I'm Claire. I'm a very grateful member of this community. I just wanted to say a proper gratitude for Beit Teshuvah. I moved out with my dear friend Emily last week. I am forever grateful for this place and for showing me the way to get my life back. So many people, my treatment team, Bridie and Bradley and my therapist. I'm just so beyond grateful. Hi, Emily. I love you very much. And you were one of the first people I met here, besides Mel. And you have changed my life for the better. And you were such a special soul. And I'm so, so happy and grateful that I get to call you a roommate. You're the absolute best, and you deserve the world. Happy birthday, Shira, too. I love you so much. Happy birthday to all the birthdays, Mike, Kay, and Chris. That's it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm David. I'm a grateful member of this community. Hi, David. Hello, everybody. Shira, first of all, happy belated, but happy birthday. And happy birthday to everybody that's taking cakes tonight, whether you're here or not here. Really, I'm just overwhelmed with joy and gratitude to be able to celebrate this birthday with you. When you first came back into the house, I had less time than that, you know, and to see you overcome all the tribulations in life and everything that you've overcome to be here today shows me how strong you really are. And I'm just grateful to walk this path with you. I love you, and thanks for pulling me through these times as well. Happy birthday.
The other thing I'll just offer up is I know some folks aren't necessarily public speakers. I don't know what that's like, but I know some people experience the world that way. If you're not a gratitude giver in public, make a note to yourself to share some gratitude with someone you love this Shabbos. It's a nice thing to do. And in some ways, actually doing it one-on-one can be just as, if not more, impactful than doing it at the front of the room. So if you didn't come up here and you've got some gratitude to offer to somebody you love, pass that along to them tonight, tomorrow morning. It helps elevate Shabbat. I'd encourage you to think about doing that. Yeah? Amen. All right. We are going to continue building that Shabbat energy with Mizmor Shir.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר עבדך ואמונתך בלילות עלי יעזור ועלי נבר עלי היגיון וכינור
By sharing that wonderful Shabbos energy with some of our newest community members. So I'm going to call up our birthdays to help welcome in our new residents. So first, Michael K. and Shira, come on up. You're going to help us welcome these folks in. Come on up, come on up, come on up. And our new residents, oh baby, we got a boatload this week. Okay. Exciting. Ashley, Harmon, David L., Nicole L., Brandon K., Jacob P., and Vosain S. Please come on up so we can officially welcome you in to our Beit Shuva community. All right, so birthdays, you're over there with the canner. New folks, you're going to line up alongside me over here. Oh, man. Oh, we're going to make you schlep up. Oh,
all right, all right, all right. We got a full group. What a blessing. All right. So, you are going to help me in some responsive read. Not me, but the community. All of us. So here we go. On the count of 3.
Threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet.
May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness.
May this house be for all who enter. the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. Amen. All right. Now that we've said a prayer together, we're going to say a prayer with each and every one of you, just like everyone else who's come through this house has done before you. So I want you to introduce yourself by your first name, and then we're going to say a prayer together. So here we go. Community, this is...
My name is Ocean. Neilech, Beor, Bishem, Adonai.
All right, everyone, this is...
My name is Jake. Melech, Beor, Beshem, Adonai.
Let us walk together in the light of the divine one. Welcome, Jake. Great to have you. All right, community, this is...
Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole.
Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. May you who have come be blessed in the name of the source of life.
Melech, Beor, Beshem, Adonai.
Let us walk together in the light of the divine one. All right, everyone, this is
David L.
David L. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. May you who have come be blessed in the name of the source of life.
Melech, Beor, Beshem, Adonai.
Let us walk together in the light of the divine one. Welcome. Great to have you here. Thanks for showing up for yourself first, and then all of us will benefit. All right, everyone, this is
Ashley.
Ashley. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. May you who have come be blessed in the name of the source of life.
Melech, Beor, Beshem, Adonai.
Let us walk together in the light of the divine one. Welcome, Ashley. Great job. Pleasure to have you here. All right. Everyone, this is
My name is Harmon.
Harmon. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. May you who have come be blessed in the name of the source of life.
Neilech, Beor, Beshem, Adonai.
Let us walk together in the light of the divine one. Great to have you here, Harmon. All right, community. This is
Hi, I'm Brandon.
Brandon. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. May you who have come be blessed in the name of the source of life.
Neleth, Beor, Beshem, Adonai.
Let us walk together in the light of the divine one.
All right, I'm gonna keep this brief for me, not brief, but brief for me. This is now kind of the third different way I've worked in some form here at Beit Yuva. First, I was an intern for a little bit, and then I worked here for longer. Then I went away, and I still work at the other place. But I've been coming here on and off the past couple of months. So the third version of doing whatever the rabbi thing here is. And I'm very confident in saying two things. One, the more communities I see, the more I can say with absolute certainty, there is no Jewish community like Beit Yuva out there. I'm 100% confident in that. Doesn't mean it's always easy to be here, but yeah, there's no other place like it. And two, each time I've worked here, it's been different. Each time I've worked here, it's been a little bit different, right? It was one way in 2011. It was another way in 2018. It's another way in 2024. I've been coming in and out of this place a little while now. It's different every time. And that's true of this community, and that's also true of you. Some of you, this is your first time here. Some of this is not your first time here. It actually doesn't matter. because you're a different person today than you've ever been before at any point in your life. And the challenge is for you to show up here with openness, with an open heart, with an open mind. I'm going to talk about this in a second, but we start this new book of the Torah this week. It's called Bamidbar, which means in the wilderness. We're supposed to approach the world with this openness. It's as if we're in the wilderness of the world, and that can be painful, but there's also an openness there. It's not what we've done before. And this is a place that is all about doing things differently than we've ever done them before. And in a lot of ways, that's hard, because those old patterns feel comforting. They're what we know. And it's hard to surrender those. It's hard to give those up. And when it feels hard, there's one thing that we ask you to do, and that is to... Some of you saw that coming. We ask you to hold on, because there are enough people here who, even though they may be approaching each day with that open mind and with that open heart, they've been around here enough to see the paths that people have walked before them and who can help guide you on those paths as you offer in turn your learning and your wisdom to their journeys through this world. And we hope and we know that, God willing, 1 year from today, oh my goodness, we are going to have a very long Shabbos service for all these birthdays together. So welcome. We're grateful that you're a part of this community with us. Thank you. And really, all of this continues to be about relationship with ourselves, relationship with each other. And when we talk about Shabbat, we don't just think about it as some abstract thing. It's not just a day that shows up every week. We talk about the Shabbat bride, that we interact with the Shabbat experience almost as if it's another person. And we do that as we officially welcome in Shabbat together with Lecha Dodi.
Dodi Rakala Bene Shabbat Nekabela Shamoy V'Zachoy Bedi Borechat Kishmiyanu El HaMeyochad Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad V'Shemo Tiferet V'Heli Tila V'Adodi Rakala Bene Shabbat Nekabela Likrat Shabbat Lechoven El Chakim Kol Ahaberach Merosh Mikedem Ne'etucha Sof Ma'aseh B'Machshava Tila Likadodi Likrat Bene Shabbat Nekabela Nigla Kadodi Rakala Bene Shabbat Nekabela. Everyone rise and face the doorway as we welcome in the Shabbos bride. Boi Shalom Ateret Bala Gam Besimcha Ovetzola Zochemuni Amasegula Boi Chala Kadodi Rakala Bene Shabbat Nekabela Kadodi Rakala Bene Shabbat Nekabela.
may be seated. We're so glad to share in this Shabbat experience together and to be here as a community. We also know that there are those in our community who are still in need of healing. And so we're now going to share the Misha Berach prayer. Is that what we're doing? Yeah? Yes? We're going to sing the Misha Berach prayer for those in our community who are in need of healing. Beautiful. With that, we know that that healing will come that much closer to everyone in our community who needs it. I'll invite everyone to please stand up for the Baruch Hu, the call to prayer.
Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Baruchu et Adonai Hamivorach. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach. Hamivorach leolam va'ed. Hamivorach, Hamivorach leolam va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach leolam va'ed.
Seated. Our tradition, we talk about how God is one, monotheistic, and our tradition also pushes us to think deeper than that. Yes, we believe that there is one God. We also believe that there is a larger oneness, that there is an essential connection between all things, between all people, between all of us. And so whenever we say the Shema, and as we're about to say the Shema, I encourage you to think about what are the things that connect you more deeply with the people in this room, with your fellow humans, with this world, what's one thing you can do to feel that much more connected to the essential oneness that binds all things together? Encourage you to close your eyes, cover your eyes as we reflect on this essential truth together.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'avta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha ayom alevavecha ve'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'shokbecha u'v'kumecha u'shartam ne'od ayadecha ve'hayu litotafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam amezuzot beitecha u'visharecha.
It's turned out to be a pretty hectic couple of months. I was originally slated to go on, this is not a joke, to go on a week-long silent mindfulness meditation retreat this past week. I didn't do it. I'm here right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't get to be here with all of you. That's why I didn't go. No, things were a little too hectic, but I have done it once before, which is one of the most surprising things you can possibly know about me, is that, yes, I have once been on a week-long, silent, no talking, meditation retreat. I made it. I survived. And one of the things I still remember learning on that retreat is that your thoughts, the thought that you're having in this moment isn't the truth. It's just a thought. It's part of the truth, but it's not the whole truth. Because there can be the experience, whether you're interacting with another person and the thing that comes to mind about that person feels so true, or you hear about something on the news, or whatever it might be, the thing that you're thinking, it's just a thought. And it'll pass, and there'll be another thought that comes in just another minute or even second. Our thoughts are just thoughts. They don't get to tell us what to do if we pause and we can let them pass. And this idea of things moving through our experience, it feels connected with this idea of this parsha that we're reading, this book of the Torah that we're starting, this Torah portion that we're reading called Bamidbar, which is usually translated as Numbers, but it literally means in the wilderness. Right? And we are actually told in our tradition that we should make ourselves like the wilderness, that we should remain open, like I was referencing a second ago. But then it's actually kind of counterintuitive how we start. It is not the most narratively interesting Torah portion, not a lot of twists and turns in terms of what actually happens if you read through the chapters. It's literally counting numbers. It's a census. Goes through the different tribes of the people of Israel. This tribe, how many people are in there? That tribe, how many people are in there? That's what it is. And it kind of tracks if you're about to continue your journey through the desert. You want to know how many folks you've got with you so you can keep track of everybody. It's a big desert out there. But our sages, our rabbis, of course, they take it beyond the directly practical and find a deeper, richer psycho-spiritual significance to it, as we do with all things in the Torah. Because what our rabbis use this as a jumping off point for talking about is not just that it's good to have a census every few years, but what does a census do? It affirms the essential worth of each person. Quick bracket. Yes, it's true. The census was actually really only counting the of-age males for the military. We go unbracket. Isn't it nice? that we affirm always in our tradition. The essential humanity of all people, whatever their gender, whatever their age, whatever their physical ability. It's a little rabbinic wink there for you. And the Ishbitzer Rebbe, the Meah Shiloach, he has this beautiful image that he draws upon when he starts talking about how, yes, each person is necessary. He gives this idea, he basically lays out this image of a mosaic. If you had a mosaic of a king, if you had a mosaic of a ruler, of a really important person, each and every single tile would be needed to complete that portrait. And so too, each person in the census that's being done for the Israelites in the desert. You need each tile. You need each person. And this also, by the way, resonates with Shavuot is coming up. All right, who's excited for Shavuot? A whopping 8 people. Are more people excited if I say Shavuos? Shavuos. There was a Shavuos contingent over here. Whatever you call Shavuos, yeah? How do you want more for Shavuos? Okay. We have the holiday this week where we commemorate receiving the Torah at Mount Sinai. And we're told, I personally haven't counted, but we're told that there are 600,000 letters in the Torah, just as there were 600,000 Israelites, male of it, right? 600,000 Israelites in the desert. And just as we know that a Torah scroll is considered not fit for usage if even one letter is damaged or not exactly as it should be, so too, in order for us to function as fully as we need to as a community, as a people, we need everybody. We need every person at their fullest, best version of themselves. And that's an important idea, and that's a worthy idea. And I want to flip that idea on its head completely. It's not just true outside, it's also true inside. There are lots of different voices. I'm not talking about, right? There are lots of different voices going on in here all the time. Hey, Matt, great job. Hey, Matt, speed it up. Hey, Matt, milk the mic a little more. Hey, Matt, right? There's a lot going on up here, folks. And I'd imagine that's probably true for you, too. There's the part of you that wants to keep living at Beit Shuvah. There's a party that wants to bail as soon as services are done. There's a party that wants to take the microphone away from the rabbi who won't stop talking. There's a part, right? There's a lot going on up here. And the challenge then is to say, can I accept and honor all the different parts of me? And Rabbi Shefa Gold has a really interesting framing for this. She talks about the importance of taking an inner census of the personality. An inner census of the personality. There's the overachieving Matt. There's the competitive Matt. There's the lazy Matt. There's the who gives a whatever Matt, right? There's all of those different parts of me, and they're all a part of me. And so the challenge is being able to first see and accept those different elements of myself as I am, and then to figure out, well, which part of me do I want to be listening to? Which part of me do I want to be lifting up, to elevating, to saying, this is the part that needs some attention right now. And by the way, no one part is good or bad in and of itself. The thought or feeling is just the thought or the feeling, and I then need to say, am I going to choose to listen to this thought right now or not? If there's a part of you right now that's saying, I am going to go out and use right after services. First of all, you're probably not the only person in the room who's thinking that. And second of all, the question isn't how do you get rid of that part of you? The question is, how do you say, interesting, I wonder why I'm having that thought or feeling right now. Where's that coming from? What am I going to do with that? Am I strong enough to ask for help? Am I brave enough to accept that there's a part of me that wants to make a bad choice right now? That's okay. I want to make bad choices all the time. Sometimes I do. Often I don't. That's okay. It's part of being a person. And if I can approach those different parts of myself with love and acceptance, it actually makes it less likely that I'll end up doing things that the best version of myself doesn't really want to do. It's counterintuitive, but in my experience, it's true. And so this idea of wandering through the desert requires that really deep knowledge and acceptance. And just like the Mea Shilach, the Ishbitzer Rebbe, is saying it's important and necessary for each and every person to be present for that full portrait of the king to look the way it should look, in order for me to be the fullest and best version of myself in the world, I need to have acceptance of all the different parts of myself. That's the only way this works. Because otherwise I'm splitting, or I'm hiding, or I'm trying to be different ways with different people, and a lot of us in this room have done that, and if you've tried it, you know it doesn't work. And it can be really uncomfortable to look at the parts of you and to honor the parts of you that feel a little too pointy, a little too prickly. Can I really sit with that voice? Can I really accept that there's a part of me that wants to do that? You can. You can. And you don't have to make that choice, because you can ask for help. And that's where the internal piece needs to mirror the external piece. I need to accept all parts of myself, because we all need each other. And if I'm not showing up as the best version of me, then I can't necessarily be there for you when you need my help. We all need each other. We can't make it through the desert alone. We need to hold and support each other as we wander through the wilderness of this world. And in order for us to do that, we each need to take that work on. And so what's beautiful about this community, and what the holy work that this community requires of us, is to sit with the different parts of ourselves, to take that important and difficult internal census, so that we can then show up as our fullest selves, so that our community can be the fullest and holiest version of itself. And that's the way that we're going to keep walking and moving forward into the next and the next and the next stage of where we need to keep going together. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I don't know what this song is, Cantor. It says change.
That's right. Well,
what am I supposed? I'm working on it, man. Like, I don't know what you want from me.
Well, I'm gonna set it up for you.
All right, cool.
In order to do all those things that you were saying and be a productive member of a community like this one, we have to make some changes in our life. And that only happens through our own efforts and action. It comes from us, but we get the help from everyone around us. So this is a song that Glenn Goss wrote because Rabbi Mark looked at him one day and said, "What is it going to take for you to change?" In a different kind of way. But
maybe with a few more words in that
sentence, too. Yeah, a little more aggressive than I just did it right now. A little more in your face kind of thing. So, but it spurned him, it inspired him to write this song. And Rabbi Mark did that for a lot of us, inspired us to create and to see something different. So let's have a change mindset. Those things that we're holding on to, those things that are holding us back in our life, in our mind, in our soul, let's change that through our own efforts. That's what this song's about. Here we go.
Oh
shorter it gets. While all the nightmares inside of my dreams are filled with regrets. So I break my own heart, but not feel the pain. Now watch me cut my nose off just to spite my face. But when I look around me, what's it gonna take to change? No matter how high I get, I fall from grace. And all the words that I use to pray get stuck in space. Burn, they can't be replaced. Now watch me blow my car up just to lose the race. Now when I look around me, what's it gonna take to change? It might take the dark side of the moon to help me change my tone and sing a different song. Now when I look around me, what's it gonna take to change? When all the ugliness surrounds me, I know it's up to me to change. Now when I look around me, what's it gonna take to change?
All right. We sure do. We got a few people celebrating their sobriety birthday. So, Emily B, come on.
Come on up.
Hey, hello, everybody. I'm very nervous, so I'm going to be reading something. Hold on a second. Oh, I'm Emily. All right, so this year has been quite the journey, and I'm extremely grateful to be standing up here in front of all y'all. As some of you may know, this is not my first rodeo at Beit Teshuvah, but that really does speak volumes about the type of place BTS really is. Even though I have slipped and fallen numerous times in the past, BTS has always welcomed me back with open arms, giving me an opportunity to grow and giving me the resources I need to become the person I am today, and I'm very proud of where I am today. I know I'm worth it, and I believe in myself. And as long as I hold on to that and continue putting in the work and effort day by day, the possibilities are infinite. I want to give a special thank you to the play that I'm in, Freedom Song. It's really helped me with my confidence, and it's a way for me to always stay connected to Beit Teshuvah. Thank you to the thrift store, which I'm going to be continuing to work for. Thank you to my clinical team. Thank you to Nikki and Emma for being a huge support to me since the very first time I came to BTS. I have relationships with people I've met at Beit Teshuvah that I know I will have for the rest of my life. Thank you guys for never giving up on me. And I'd like to say to the residents, sometimes it's important to slow down, to take a step back, and to have a little bit of patience. I know I struggle with that a lot of the time because I like to do everything really, really fast. But however, when I finally do slow down, I realize that good things fall into place when I have faith, patience, and persistence. And also just want to say thank you to my mom and my family in Australia. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Emily, we wish you a very happy birthday and wish you much more continued strength and hope in your recovery. And this says splendor. It's one of the attributes of God in our tradition. So we wish that you see all of the splendor in the world and that you bring the splendor that you have within you into the world this year and moving forward always.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Shabbat Shalom. All right. It says Chris C is coming up for 1 year. Chris, come on up.
Hello, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Chris, grateful member of this community. Welcome to the newcomers. You're definitely the most important people in the room. I wanted to give a little short story on how I came to Beit Teshuvah. I was homeless for a couple years, and for one of those years I was bouncing around numerous facilities, only completing one, and that was Claire Matrix. I was there for 3 months, which is pretty typical for facilities in California. You go there 3 months and expect to get your life turned around in 90 days. But at that place, like just getting into this program was like you made it, and so I was very, very proud to make it into here. Thanks, Mel. I did travel from Portland to be here today, and without this place, I wouldn't have been able to have a job that allows me to come down here. I'm on like a paid vacation, and never had a job that I've had a paid vacation, which is nice. Yeah. I knew I was in the right place because when I first came to check in here, I overheard a conversation with 2 residents, and they were like, it's really hard to find a good falafel in Los Angeles. And I was like, yeah, it is. Yes, it is. And the text pulled me to the back and the UA and all that. So very happy to be here. Thank you, everyone. The year flew by really quick. At first, it was really slow. I know, counting days, and thanks a lot.
This one here, it's the attribute of God of Netzach, which means endurance. And so, you were talking about how places will sometimes say, oh, we can do this in 3 months, but I think we all know here that recovery is a long-term deal. It's a long-term commitment. And really, man, all the credit in the world to you for coming down from Portland to share this with everybody. Like, that's huge. That's really, really cool. And I think a good sign that you've got that ability to, go the extra mile and keep that train going in terms of what you need to do to keep yourself healthy and well. And so giving this to you in the spirit and the hope that you're going to keep doing everything you need to do to continue your recovery and to be a part of this community. So happy birthday, man. Shabbat Shalom. And coming up for 7 years, Shira.
Hi, I'm Shira. I'm a grateful member of this community. I haven't taken a cake at Beit Teshuvah since my 3rd sober birthday. I felt that with Rabbi and Harriet gone, I didn't have a reason to get up and speak. But the truth is, taking a cake isn't for me. It's for those who are new in recovery to possibly be inspired that they can do it too. 7 years ago, my life had very little purpose. I spent 100% of my energy and time doing whatever I needed to get high. I didn't have meaningful relationships. I burnt a lot of bridges, and I had no self-respect. I allowed my past traumas to fuel my every decision. The first time I came to Beit Shuva in 2016, I did it all wrong. I didn't take direction, I was entitled, I thought I knew better than everyone else, and quite frankly, I wasn't sold on the fact that I was an addict. I AMA'd, and shortly after, I relapsed. Shocker. In the beginning of 2017, my life was worse than it had ever been before. I was putting myself in very dangerous situations. If I kept it up, I was going to die, be killed, or get arrested. I finally came to the realization that I am an addict, and I needed help. I was willing to jump through any hoop or overcome any obstacle in order to get sober and stay sober. Beit Teshuvah took me back, and I worked really hard in the year that I lived here. By no means was I a perfect resident. I still struggled with entitlement, and dating David Presser didn't help that aspect. As some of you may know, he has a little bit of an entitlement issue as well. I got brutally honest with myself and everyone around me. Harriet helped me believe in myself, and she called me out on my shit. I felt safe at Beit Shuva. It was the first time I felt safe in a long time. Today, my life is full. It is not perfect by any means, but it is full. I have a beautiful relationship with my family. I have friends who love me, support me, and get a little weird with me. I have a husband who has loved me through all my craziness. Thank you, Rabbi and Harriet, for creating Beit Shuva and taking me under your wing when I needed it most. Thank you, Mom, Dad, and my siblings for never giving up on me and loving me when I couldn't love myself. Thank you to my best friends, you know who you are, for sticking by me when I've made mistakes and been a spoiled brat. Thank you to my Freedom Song family for allowing me to stay in the cast despite how many times I've said I'm leaving. Thank you to the donors for making it possible for me to come to Beit Teshuvah twice on full scholarship. Last but not least, thank you to the love of my life, David Presser. You have been my rock through every step of the way. You inspire me to continue to grow and better myself each and every day. I am so blessed to walk side by side with you on this path of recovery. I love you. Beit Teshuvah saved my life, and it can save yours. Thank you.
Here to get a necklace. So, Shira, the sphira on the necklace that was selected for you is Bina.
That's my name.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's your, yeah?
That's my first name, yeah.
There you go. So, appropriately enough. And Bina also connotes like understanding, like sort of understanding beyond the intellectual. So, hoping that this day, this month, this year, everything ahead, you continue to gain all of the insight that you need to continue living your life to the fullness that we all hope it can be and that we all know it will be. So there you are. Shabbat Shalom. Happy birthday.
All right. Shira, Chris, and Emily, please come back up to the front of the bima here. And anyone who wants to give them a cake, please gather around. And we're going to sing happy birthday. That's right. All right, go ahead, guys. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Shira, Chris, and Emily. Happy birthday to you. Keep coming back sober.
All right. What do you want to do, Canner?
All right, come on, band. Let's do one more prayer song before we end our evening. We're going to sing a prayer for peace, Ose Shalom. Ose Shalom bimroma, Uyase Shalom Aleinu. Ose Shalom bimroma, Uyase Shalom Aleinu. Ose Shalom bimroma, Uyase Shalom Aleinu. Yase Shalom. Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'ako Yisrael. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'ako Yisrael. Ose Shalom bimromav, Uyase Shalom Aleinu. Ose Shalom bimromav, Uyase Shalom Aleinu. Ose Shalom bimromav, Uyase Shalom Aleinu. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'ako Yisrael. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'ako Yisrael. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'ako Yisrael. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'ako Yisrael.
Before we conclude this evening, we always, of course, delight in celebrating Shabbat together, and we recognize that there are those in our community who are in mourning. First, we want to extend condolences to Beth Lauterstein Fox and her family on the passing of her father, Jerry Lauterstein. We are in the year of mourning for Sandra Lee Yanklowitz, Marcia Solomon, Gail Weiner, Elaine Gumpert, Joseph Lawrence Applebaum, Quinn Yamran, Gabrielle N. Walensky, Marty Schiffer, Dina Hafkash, Benjamin Paul, David Ruderman, Paul Marr, Howard Seligman, Greg Sutton, Lisa Beth Cooper, Stephen Reisman, William F. Besser, Oria Clark, Jake Schneider, Mitch Hudish, David Hansen, Asher Barkan, Everett James, Rabbi Yossi Caron, Susan Gesundheit, Harvey Weiner, Josephine Plata Villarreal, Sarah Wolshinsky, Stuart Lautman, Paul Bergman, Danica Valencia, Constant Ross Landis, Isabel New, Edwin M. Greenberg, Patricia Page, Jean Geller, Sherry Cup Holland, Mark Wiseman, Philip Arbit, Barbara Ann Horwitz, Harold Rothstein, Dolores Aguirre Avina, Dana Gold, and Jerry Lauterstein. Tonight we also mark the yahrzeits of Dana Maltz, Hank Leeds, Menashe Somech, Ethel Levine, Florence Arroyo Reintman, David Schiffman, Samuel Benton, Evelyn Snyder, Hyman Bass, Carol Zaslow, Lila Nuristani, Joshua Lowenthal, Faina Light, Hugh Maines, Lawrence Searman, Toby Weiss, Nathan Levine, Sarah Abergale, Stephen Handelman, and Benjamin Scher. If there's someone who you're in mourning for or whose yahrzeit you're marking tonight, please rise, and as I go around the room, please share the name of the person that you're remembering. Yitkadal, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, Ve'alma, Divrach, Yerute, V'yamlich, Malchute, V'chayechon, Uvyomechon, Uvchaye, Dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagala, Vizman Kari, Vimru, Amen, Yehi Shmei Rabbam Varach, Leolam, Omei Omaya, Yiparach, V'yishtabach, V'yitba'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitale, v'yitalal, shmed kudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the one who creates peace and wholeness in the heavens grant us a measure of peace and wholeness here on earth. And we say together, amen. You may be seated. Thank you. I'll just reflect that something I learned from Rabbi Mark and when I would do services here is he would always say, if you see someone standing alone, make sure and stand, because no one mourns alone here, which is not the practice other places. For those who don't know other Jewish communities, that's not necessarily the practice. And it's something that I don't say anymore when I lead services here because it's just organically what folks do. Like, I don't know if people up front could see, like they saw someone standing up and they just automatically like went and stood next to them. And I just think that that's a really beautiful thing to do when people are in a painful moment, that people just come rushing to support them. It's just a really lovely illustration of what community can look like. So thank you, and I think that's worth noting. We are grateful to share the Shabbat together. We are grateful to have some Shabbat sponsors this week. So Shabbat is sponsored by Roger and Judy Cook in celebration of Chris. Happy birthday, Chris. Thank you, Roger and Judy. Very nice, Cantor Nate, that your parents seem to have sponsored Shabbat this week. So that's very kind of them.
Yeah, it should have been for a different reason, but God works in mysterious ways. So I'm here alone this week. That's true. That's true.
You walked right into that one,
Let's
Cantor.
just, I
Yeah.
for sure did.
Yeah.
And they're all right. So there's just people that I thought would be here who wouldn't be here, or just who are not here.
There we go.
So that's it. But I'm very grateful for, and they will be. That's right, just a different time, and we'll celebrate then. So
That's right. That's right.
Thank you.
We're grateful that, thank you to Henry Abigail, who sponsored Shabbat in memory of Sarah Abigail. And thank you to the Freedom Song family for sponsoring Shabbat in honor of Mike and Emily and our little Shirala. So thank you for that, folks. Announcements. We got announcements. Cantor, you want to do announcements, or am I doing announcements?
Let's see. Let's just read off what
We're,
we got.
okay, we're going to read them. Reading comprehension test.
Pride Shabbat. Recovery is for everyone. Absolutely. And this community is for everyone as well. So recovery is for everyone Friday, June 21st, 2024 at 6:30 right here. Shabbat with Rabbi Iggy. That's right. And also partnering with JQ International, which is a LGBTQ Jewish organization who we did this with last year. So we're very grateful and blessed to have that happening again. Oh, this is one that's close to my heart. Yes, so High Holidays will be here sooner than, at least I'll speak for myself, sooner than I would like to believe. And we need your support. Not only support, but we need your involvement.
Yes.
And, you know, you could sit out there for hours of service, or you could be up here and be a part of the service. Not to say that if you're sitting, you won't be a part of the service, but you'll be more engaged in singing the prayers. You'll be more engaged in learning the different prayers that we do, and choir is a great parallel to recovery. It's not about one person. It's about the group as a whole. You have to listen to your neighbor. Listening is a big part of recovery. And so it's a great way to get outside of your own head too. If you're thinking about what you're singing, you can't possibly be filled up with the selfishness that we're usually filled with. So please come join our choir. And we're starting July 15th at 6 o'clock right here. Yep. So please come and be a part of our choir. If you sing, there's no excuse.
If you're a resident and you sing, yes, you have to.
No excuses.
It's a requirement.
Requirement. I agree with that. Yeah. Hear, hear, Laura.
Yes.
We love pets, just not here at Beit Shuva. Please leave your pets at home.
We still love pets.
That's all I got to say.
Oh, good. They moved it from being last like 2 weeks ago. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Way to go. Good call. Nice.
All right. This is going to be a very unique event. Something has never happened like this before in the sanctuary. We're going to have a Midsummer Night's Queen. It's presented by the Sisterhood. There is a suggested donation for the ticket, $36. And please come June 14th. June 23rd. Oh, purchase your tickets by June 14th. Oh, my God. This is dangerous for me to be doing this right now. I have no clue what
you were just making sure they were paying attention, Cantor. Yeah.
All right. Age 18 and over for the show. All right.
And Circle of Majesty.
Circle of Majesty. This is a long-standing event, 17th annual luncheon. It is at the SLS Hotel on La Cienega Boulevard. There is a boutique that starts at 10:30 a.m., and the program and luncheon starts at 12:30. I believe I'm going to sing a song there, so come join us for the Circle of Majesty, one of the great donation opportunities throughout the year. Shavuot, all night learning. That's right.
All night long.
If you've been a part of Shavuot, it's a very unique experience. All night long we're here. And we have many community members, alumni, current residents, staff members that are going to get up and do some teaching. I'm not sure what the theme is, but I'm sure it's going to be very interesting. So please come and join in Shavuot. That is Tuesday night, 11 p.m. all the way through the night to 6 a.m. 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. Okay. I don't even know what I said. So we have fresh challah delivery every week. If you get your order in before 9 a.m., you can get it delivered. So please visit the challah station over there. They braid challah every Thursday night. The residents and Jackie Elkins' recipes are amazing. So get your baked shuva. All right. No more.
No mas.
No more.
No mas. Here's my idea. You did great, Canner. My idea is, and this is free idea. I'm just sharing gold here. I think next year they should combine a Midsummer Night's Queen and Circle of Majesty and make it the same event. Yeah, would that be good? That's my idea. Yeah, is that good? All right. You don't have to take that one, but that. I'm going to say one more thing before we wrap up. I had this line in here that I missed earlier, and I think it's a good line, but I also want to say it before I go because I mean it. I've been coming around on and off for the past couple of months to come and hang out with y'all once in a while. I don't know the next time that I'll be back to do Friday night services with everybody, so I wanted to just briefly share my gratitude for getting to come and have Shabbat with you guys a few times over the past year. It's been a ton of fun, and what I wrote here is Rabbi Mark, when I worked here, and he would talk to us all the time about how you matter, and that's a big part of the drash that I was giving, and I don't want to let that moment slip away, to be able to hold that up, say that each and every one of us, each and every one of you has a holy purpose, has a holy soul, and only can do what you can do in the world. And the piece that I would layer onto that is all the parts of you matter, right? All the different thoughts, feelings, emotions, experiences, right? That holistic individual that is you and only you, all the parts of you matter. And I feel like when I get to come here and hang out with you guys, I get to bring all the parts of myself to get to dance around and have a good time with you guys on Shabbat. So I'm very, very grateful. Thank you for giving me that opportunity. It's a lot of fun. Thank you so much to everybody in the band. Thank you so much to our temple team. Thank you so much to Cantor Nate. Thank you so much to all of you for sharing Shabbat with us. And we're going to wrap things up with Kiddush and Hamotzi.
Everyone, please rise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Nice. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.